In one of his previous lives as a bodhisattva, the Buddha was born as a monkey king. Even in that form, his mind was governed by generosity and compassion. The Monkey King made his home in a massive banyan tree, towering like a mountain peak in the verdant forest. The tree provided the king and his subjects with sweet and fragrant fruit beyond comparison. It so happened that one branch of the tree hung over a river. The king cautioned his subjects to never let that one branch bear fruit. "The day it does," he warned, "you will not taste the fruit of this tree again." The monkeys took great care to follow their king's instructions regarding this one branch. But unknown to them, one fruit grew hidden by curling leaves. As it developed, it took on the marvelous flavor and fragrance like the other fruit of that tree. One day it finally ripened and fell into the river and was carried downstream to the place where a local human king was accustomed to swim and bath with his harem. The fruit was caught in a net that surrounded the bathing site. Immediately its pleasing scent captured the attention of all in attendance. Its aroma was so intoxicating that none could take their eyes from it. Even the king was entranced by its nature. He demanded the fruit be brought to him and tested by his physicians. Tasting the fruit himself, he was overwhelmed by its flavor. The king was determined to find the origin of the fruit. He called upon a large force to march up the river, clearing away all creatures in their path in search of the source of this marvelous fruit. At last they came in sight of the majestic tree, unseen until then by human eyes. The king knew at once that this was the tree he sought. As he drew nearer, he saw hundreds of monkeys leaping among the branches and devouring the precious fruit. Anger arose in the human king, furious at the creatures whom he believed were robbing him of what he so craved. "How dare they?" he cried. "Drive them off! Destroy them all!" The king's warriors drew their bows and raised their spears. Others screamed and yelled while rushing at the tree with sticks and stones to drive the monkeys from their home. The Bodhisattva Monkey King saw that his subjects were surrounded. They shrieked in fear, helpless against the onslaught. They looked to the Monkey King with terror and dismay. Unafraid and moved by compassion, the Monkey King reassured his subjects. Driven by boundless determination, he climbed to the very top of the tree. Without hesitation, he vaulted across the river in a powerful leap that no man or monkey could match. Finding a tall and flexible bamboo, he fastened its top to his feet while keeping its base firmly rooted to the earth. Then, with his incomparable strength and will, he bounded back across the river to his frightened subjects. Grasping a branch of the marvelous tree, he cried to his followers, "Quickly! Use me a bridge to safety. Let no one remain behind." The monkeys wildly scrambled over the Bodhisattva's body in the hundreds as they fled from the attack. The Monkey King's body was battered by the trampling horde. His limbs grew weak and numb, but still his grasp did not falter. Seeing this act of self-sacrifice, the human king was astonished. The king halted the attack and ordered his men to free the weakened Monkey King and place him on a soft couch to recover. The human king addressed the Bodhisattva. "You made a bridge of yourself without regard for your own life. Who are those monkeys to you, that you would perform such a feat?" "Those monkeys entrusted me with the burden of being their king," the Bodhisattva replied. "Thus I am bound to them with the affection of a parent for one's children." The natural bond between creatures of the same species has strengthened over time and are dwelling together. They have always obeyed me out of affection, and thus I am honored to serve them." The human king protested, "But ministers and subjects are meant to serve their ruler, not the other way around. Why did you sacrifice yourself to serve them?" "What you say is indeed the way of politics and statecraft," the Bodhisattva replied. "But for me it is impossible to think that way. When my subjects suffer, I suffer. When they face danger, I cannot think of my own interests but only of theirs." The human king observed that although the Bodhisattva was injured, he remained joyful and content. "It is true that my body is injured," the Bodhisattva said, "but my mind is at peace. I have repaid the respect and devotion of my subjects by delivering them to safety. Thus, I am free of that debt. Therefore, my own suffering does not trouble me. I have constantly honored my commitment to those I have served during my long rule. And so death holds no fear for me. It would be quite different for me or any other king without compassion for his subjects. Devoid of virtue, his reputation one of shame, he would become a host of vice. Where else could he hope to go except into the flames of hell? Therefore, O king," the Bodhisattva concluded, "one should rule with righteousness and work for the happiness and benefit of all one's subjects. Thus, will merit and glory increase, leading to joy in this world and the next." With this, the Bodhisattva gave up his battered body and ascended to the heavenly realms. With this story, Buddha teaches us that those who walk the path of virtue can win over the hearts of even their fiercest enemies.